Welcome back, dear friends, to our 5th episode of Crimson Academy
Junior! That's right, dear friends. This is our 5th episode of Crimson Academy Junior. And before we get into it, let's first start off with a prayer. Ella, how do we say our prayers?
We fold our arms and close our eyes.
Okay. And which prayer would you like to say?
Oh God, guide me.
Okay, let's sing it together. Here we go.
Oh God, guide me, protect me, illumine the lamp of my heart, and make me a shining lamp and a brilliant star. Thou art the mighty and powerful Abdu'l-Baha.
Very nice. Thank you so much. So, last week's virtue of the week was perseverance. Ella, do you remember what perseverance means?
Yes, it means keep at it.
Keep at it. She remembers. Excellent. That's right. Keep at it, dear friends. Whether you're having firesides or devotionals, or whether you're having a junior youth class in your house, or you're actually an animator, or you're a children's class teacher, keep at it. Keep at it, dear friends. This is what it is. Perseverance. Okay? And today's virtue of the week is courage. You know, that's right. Courage. So, Ella, do you know what courage means?
It means be brave. Even though you're scared to do it, do it.
Be brave. Even though you're scared, do it. Be brave. Also have that perseverance. Keep at it. Be brave. And Ella, do you have an example of being courageous?
Because when I was 3, I was too scared to go upstairs because it was nighttime and it was dark upstairs and the lights were off and I cried, but I still did it.
So you were brave. You were courageous. You went upstairs even though the lights were off. Wow, that's being brave. Okay, being courageous. I mean, sometimes we hide behind our fears, and to even meet our neighbors, we're scared. We don't know what to do or what to say. Be brave. Go meet people.
So like for example, if you're moving to a different house, then even though you think it's going to be scary, just do it.
Just do it, right? And you can meet new people, right? When you're moving, and that's wonderful. And you get to learn from other people, and you get to see possibly other cultures, other traditions. It's such a wonderful thing to have that level of courage to go do things, go and explore new opportunities. And dear friends, courage, where does that wonderful virtue come from? Says Baha'u'llah talks about this. He says courage, opening your mouth in the sense of courage, is a virtue, and that all these wonderful virtues come from our Lord. You know? That's right. So, and Baha'u'llah says that opening your mouth to talk about this wonderful faith that we have, this is the source of courage. The source of courage. So having and opening your mouth to talk about this, promotion of the word of God, is the source of courage. This is from Baha'u'llah. This is an incredible thing. I mean, talking and teaching the Baha'i faith is the very source of courage. And how wonderful it is that young ones can open their mouths and promote this great faith.
So like my teacher, Miss Johnson, I can teach her about the Baha'i faith.
If you want to, right? It's your choice, and this is something. And teachers themselves are wonderful. It's a wonderful occupation to teach, because you have to be courageous, right? I mean, if a teacher was scared to go up in front of her students, or would that work?
No, we wouldn't learn anything. And she won't know what our names are, or what we look like, or what religion we celebrate, or or what the classroom looks like.
That's right. So having courage, teachers already have that. I mean, to get up and go up there. And so it's an incredible thing, dear friends, to work on these virtues, okay? So these are, I very briefly is just touching on the importance of courage. And I'm going to share just one quote I from one of these great, let me pull it, make sure I have my right quote. So this is a wonderful quote. This is from Abdul Baha. He says, strive as much as ye can. Strive, persevere, strive as much as ye can to turn wholly toward the kingdom, that ye may acquire, means that you may have innate courage, means coming from here, courage, and ideal power.
So like if I was scared to go to school, I wouldn't learn anything.
That's right. So he says, Baha'u'llah, Abdul Baha says, strive, means keep at it, persevere, that you may have courage. Okay? All these wonderful virtues are things that you have to practice every day. Just like we need to exercise every day so that our muscles are strong, that our physical body is healthy, we need to practice our virtues every day. Just like, as adults, we go to work to make money so that our money, accumulates in the sense of having wealth, we need to acquire spiritual wealth.
So if grown-ups are scared to go to work, then we wouldn't have any money.
That's right. That's another aspect of courage. You're thinking very good, Ella. High fives, baby. We need spiritual wealth. Okay? This is our spiritual wealth, is our virtues. Just like, you have a coin collection, right? Ella has a coin collection. But our virtues are our spiritual coins, okay? And we need to have one coin of kindness, one coin of perseverance, one coin of courage. And
so like the coins of feeding your soul.
Very nice, that's right. And we need to build a coin collection of many, many, many virtues. Okay? And not just one coin of love. Every time you go do, practice love, you get a coin of love. Every time you practice a coin of kindness, you put a coin. And there's an idea of being creative in your communities.
What happens if you just practice one virtue and you never practice another one?
Okay, if you only practice one virtue, you need to have all of the virtues. Abdul Baha was our perfect exemplar. Abdul Baha practiced all the virtues. Okay? And he is how our role model of as a Baha'i we should live. Okay? So we need to practice as many virtues as we can.
So like for example, in my coin collection, what happens if I just keep getting the same coins that I find?
In the physical, we would only have a certain amount of those coins, right? We want to, as virtues, we want to have all of them, okay? So, excellent, dear friends. Very good. Thumbs up. Here we go. Yes. So, that was our virtue of the week. Our virtue of the week is courage, okay? Now, be brave, okay? And not just in our, in the aspect of going out of ourselves. Be brave even in your work. If you deserve a promotion, a raise, be brave. If if you're at school,
So,
you know, be brave. Raise your hand if you know the answer.
So like in school, the third graders performed to us. So if those skilled them, then we wouldn't hear the songs that they sung for us and like the things that they said.
That's right. The third graders were brave. They were courageous. They went up and performed. You know, and that's what Ella is saying, right? So this is about being brave, okay? Public speaking is about being brave. Ella is being very brave by sitting here. She's courageous, all right? So that's practicing that virtue. Be brave, people. Be courageous. Go out of yourselves. And all of these virtues are about focusing away from ourself and to humanity. Courage is about going away in the sense of going out. Our talk today is about kindness. Okay? Kindness is what we're going to talk about today. And this is in all aspects. Baha'u'llah talks about it in all aspects. Not just being kind to humans. How important is that? But kindness towards what else?
Be kind to like pets and like toys and wild animals and God and be kind to your parents.
Perfect, Ella. Kindness to our animals, kindness to our environment, kindness, as Ella said, be kind to God. How can be kind to God? It's by saying our prayers, showing our love, our true burning love towards our Creator. And this is really what it's about, dear friends, being kind. And very importantly, dear friends, be kind to yourself. Okay? It's important.
How do you be kind to yourself?
Sometimes we can be very critical of ourselves, you know?
What's critical mean?
That's a good question. We could be saying, oh, I'm not doing this good enough. I'm not trying hard enough. I'm not always saying bad things about our own self, you know? But be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself, okay? But also remember, dear friends, to think about others. How can I be of service? Remember the word service. We talked about it. The more that we serve and pour our hearts to all humanity, we will be happy. Be of service. And this is what Abdul Baha was. Remember what I told you. Abdul Baha means servant of Baha'u'llah. Service, service, service. So important to be of service, showing love, 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 kindness, kindness, kindness to everyone, okay? So, now I'm going to share with you just a few quotes, and then we will close our session, okay? You've done such a good job. High fives. I love it, okay? So these are just a few writings. So this is from Baha'u'llah. He says, do not busy yourselves in your own concerns. I mean, always focusing on your own self. This is what Baha'u'llah says. He says, do not busy yourselves in your own concerns. He says, let your thoughts be fixed upon that which will rehabilitate the fortunes of mankind. So he says, focus on doing good.
So think about others. Don't just think about yourself. Think about how others are feeling. So if they're feeling sad, then you can help them.
I love it, Ella. You're paying attention. She's doing such a great job, isn't she? Give everyone a thumbs up. I love it. Yes. And here at the very end of this quote, this is a beautiful, beautiful quote. He says, and at the end he says, so let your thoughts be fixed upon that which will rehabilitate the fortunes of mankind. And here, pay attention, everyone. And sanctify the hearts and souls of mankind.
What does sanctify mean?
Sanctify means purify, cleanse. Imagine, Ella, if this is our heart, okay? This is a very good little fun kind of experiment that you could do with, your kids or children or your youth. Okay? You get a small little glass, okay? And you put beautiful clean water into that cup. Okay? That is our heart. that is how it should be. Beautiful, clean water. Our heart, okay? If you let the bad things of the world, what people say, what people, how, and even if how they act, if if you let that enter into your heart, it's literally like you get some food coloring, and then you put a drop of it into that water, into your heart. And what happens?
The water gets all dirty.
The water changes color and it's not pure anymore, right? And that sometimes then we start feeling sad and depressed and unhappy, and we start thinking about ourselves, and we start thinking about that because now we're thinking about how others are judging us, and we're thinking about our own problems and our own stresses and everything, instead of what we should be radiating kindness and service and love and happiness and joy and everything. But if our hearts are got what others have put into it, what happens? We become
sad.
Because this world is full of sadness. But the spiritual world is full of joy and happiness. That is what should be here. So Baha'u'llah says, cleanse your hearts. Cleanse means clean your hearts. Do you remember there's a hidden word about kindness? Do you know which one it is? You do? Which one is it?
It goes, O Son of Spirit.
O Son of Spirit. O Son of Spirit. My first counsel is this. My first counsel is this. Possess a pure, kindly, and radiant heart. Thine may be a sovereignty, ancient and perishable and everlasting. Ancient and perishable. I love it, Ella! Very nice, very nice. Now this is such an important, as all the hidden words are so important. And dear friends, I urge you all, even at this young age, with your children, study the hidden words together. So important, okay? This hidden word, this is Baha'u'llah, Arabic hidden words, number 1. He's saying his first teaching, his number 1 teaching, first teaching is that you, every single person on this planet, should possess a pure, just like I was talking about this glass, our soul, pure, kindly and radiant heart.
What happens if he didn't have a heart?
The heart is meaning the soul, okay? I'm not talking about this little physical pumping, organ that is inside of us. I'm talking about our soul, okay?
Soul. Then what happens if God forgets to put a soul in you?
If God forgot to give us, He doesn't forget, okay?
Well, what happens if He did?
If He did, then we wouldn't have spiritual progress, okay? Animals do lack soul, okay? Like, we love our dog, and our dog's name is? Cuddles, okay? I sometimes call her Boo Boo, okay? And we love our dog, right? We love her very much. I love my dog, and she brings me so much happiness and joy. But the difference, the distinction between animals and humans and any of the other kingdoms, such as the animal kingdom and the vegetable kingdom, the plants, and even the minerals, is that humans have a
soul. But animals don't.
That's right. But we love them. And in our virtue that we're talking about right now is we should show kindness to them, right? And care for them, because as humans we are the custodians of this planet, and we should look after, our environment and protect our the animals and love them.
Daddy, does God have a soul?
Does God have a soul? God is beyond our understanding, okay? God is limitless. We cannot understand God, Chunks, okay? Sometimes I call her Chunks. She is my Ella. That's my nickname for her, sorry. Okay? So this is so important, dear friends, that we should practice these virtues. Okay? Practice, 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 practice. Keep it on it so it becomes part of your daily behavior. Okay? Daily behavior, just like you want every day. We might try to have a diet, so you have to practice every day. If every day you want to you want to try out for a marathon, every day you have to practice running, and this has to be part of your behavior.
Daddy, what happens if God runs out of souls?
If God runs out of souls, he doesn't do that either, baby. Okay?
He keeps making a soul?
God is all powerful, right? Okay? Very good. So, now, dear friends, this is something that I want each one of you to continue to practice in your families, in your communities. Think of creative ways to practice these virtues. Kindness. Think of how can I practice kindness in my family? How can I practice kindness in my community, in my feast area, or in my cluster? How can we practice kindness? How can we practice the action of perseverance? Are you having gatherings consistently? Are you working on courage? As we've been talking about, courage is our virtue of the week. Are you being courageous? Are you standing up for what you believe? Are you courageous in if you have learned about the Baha'i faith? Are you courageous in saying, yes, I believe in Baha'u'llah?
Daddy, what happens if somebody steals everybody's money and the whole world will be poor except for the guy that steals the money? What happens if that happens?
I love Ella. She asks some great questions, sometimes very random, but great questions, right? If someone steals the money, that's not very nice, is it? No, that's not a good thing. So, dear friends, this is what I wanted to talk about this week, is on kindness. If someone steals something, is that being kind?
No.
No. Kindness is critical. It's a critical device in building a peaceful and united world.
So somebody steals all of the money, then maybe like a new person that a new teacher that got sent will come in and then say, no, that's not nice.
That's right. See, stealing is not a nice thing, and that's not being kind. I mean, in society, as everyone knows, there's many individuals that have accumulated a lot of money. That is, they have done it through means and that is not might be legal, but they have done it through unethical and immoral ways. And so we have to be kind to not only our families, but also to our employees by being fair and just. We have to be kind to everyone that we come across. Okay? This is so important to be, as Baha'u'llah says, to building a peaceful and united society. Okay? And this is, I'll share one more quote on this topic. And these are, as we share just a few of these quotes, dear friends, read these quotes yourselves and practice these virtues. So, Ella, I'm going to read one more quote on kindness, okay? And this is from His Holiness Baha'u'llah. He says, "We love to see you at all times consorting in amity and concord." Amity means peacefulness and friendliness. Amity means friendliness and concord means peacefulness. "Within the paradise of my good pleasure." And to inhale means to breathe in deeply. And to inhale from your acts of friendliness and of loving kindness, and fellowship. Baha'u'llah loves this. He says, I love to inhale your fragrances. I mean, how wonderful it is it you any one of you that has been on pilgrimage and you've smelled the fragrances of the roses or the fragrances of the oranges. This is to inhale. Imagine this, dear friends, inhaling the fragrances of your acts of service, your acts of kindness, your acts of fellowship. This is what Baha'u'llah truly loves, to inhale, to breathe in. And we imagine, dear friends, that every single act of kindness that you are doing gives off this beautiful perfume. And every act of that you're doing that is bad gives this foul stench. And no one wants to be around that. So, dear friends, your perfume, your cologne should be of acts of friendship, kindliness, love, and acts of perseverance that are keep at doing these great acts of courage. Virtues should be your spiritual currency. You know, Ella, just like you have your little coin collection, your coin collection should be of virtues, and every time you do an act of a wonderful act, you should be putting another one of your virtues in your coin, your Baha'i coin jar. Could be I'll let you, Ella, say something, but this could be an arts and craft that you could do in your communities. You could have like a little jar, and every time one of your kids or one of your kids in your community does some practices a virtue, you could put, write on it and say love, or kindness, or generosity, or courage, and you could put it in their jar, and after a little while they accumulate this number of virtues so they can have a treat or a surprise. Yes, Ella, you were saying something, baby.
Then what happens if God wasn't brave to make us?
If God wasn't brave to make us, we wouldn't be here, right? We wouldn't. This is everything is an act of love by our Creator. Everything. If a painter wasn't brave, didn't have the courage to paint, there wouldn't be a painting, right? Because the artist has the courage to paint, right? So, dear friends, this is something to practice these virtues. To have the courage to say, yes, I'm going to do a children's class. I'm going to be a children's class teacher. Or I'm brave enough to have the children's class in my house. Or I'm going to be courageous. I'm going to be a junior youth animator. Or I'm going to help out with a children's class or a junior youth or a devotional. I'm going to have a devotional every week at my house. Perseverance. Or I'm going to have a fireside. How wonderful to teach the Baha'i faith. How wonderful it is to invite the friends to come and learn about Baha'u'llah. And this is, dear friends, is being brave, opening your mouth and sharing what this great faith is about. So, dear friends, be brave. Just like Ella gave her example, is I was initially scared to go, when it was dark, but she was brave and went up there, up the stairs. And every stair might have been a little scary initially, but she was courageous. And this is just like life, dear friends. You might be, needing worthy and have deserving a raise. Be brave. Talk to your boss, because all this time you should have might be deserving a raise, but you were lacking courage to approach your boss about it. Be brave. Be courageous. This is a virtue, and as Baha'is, as individuals, as people of this planet, we should be acquiring these virtues so that our souls will have this spiritual currency for all the worlds to come. Okay, dear friends? I'm so proud of each one of you. You're all my Crimsonites. Every one of you that watch. Thumbs up, Ella. So proud of each one of you. Okay? So keep practicing these virtues, okay? And remember, dear friends, every morning and every evening, say your prayers and read the writings. because this is a way of aligning our thoughts, our mind, our hearts, our souls on really what's important. And so that slowly, gradually, this wonderful quote that someone asked Abdul-Baha, said, how can I become a Baha'i? And Abdul-Baha said very simply, Kam, Ruz Beruz, little by little every day. So this is where that quote strive comes in, perseverance, little by little, day by day. Little by little, day by day. We need to practice. Just like the exercise I talked about. Practice. Slowly by slowly, we'll eventually become stronger, our hearts burning more and more with love. Really, dear friends, so proud of each one of you. Okay? Next week, I believe, is coming up is Valentine's Day, right? And
a Yamiha.
And a Yamiha. That's exactly right, Ella. And so a Yamiha is also coming up. And so for as Crimson Academy Junior, we will be in New York, the city of the covenant. So we'll be having a very special episode in New York, and our topic will be on love. Okay? And as a Yamiha is coming up, dear friends, so we will be talking about a Yamiha. And that is also, dear friends, very, very special and important. This is a time of charity and gift giving and of love and fellowship that are very important, of service. So we'll be talking about creative ways and that we as ourselves, family, and ideas as a community that you can do for a Yamiha.
And this is what we did it for last Yamiha. We got one present each day, and we did the Yamiha choo-choo train.
So we danced around. It's a celebration, dear friends. As a family, we need to celebrate these occasions. Be creative, be happy, be joyful. And so as families, the more joy as parents that we put into, these great Baha'i celebrations, our wonderful children will cherish these great celebrations and look forward to them. So Ayamiha is coming up, and so me, myself, and I are already planning our Ayamiha as a family. And so think about it in your own families, in your communities, what you can do as a community, but also as your own family. Think about, we have a gift giving and celebration, and what can you do? And very importantly, what service projects can you do for a Yamiha, right? Mm-hmm. So that's it. Really happy, and this was our 5th episode of Crimson Academy
Junior.
Okay. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.